So many of you are probably wondering why I haven't put out a new vlog, and it's mostly because I can't really see what I'm doing right now. But no, in all seriousness, like all musicians right now, I am kind of transitioning and figuring out what I'm gonna do with this next phase during this coronavirus lockdown. And I thought I'd just film a little channel update to show you guys what I've been up to, as well as some of my plans for what lies ahead. Initially, one of the hardest parts of the lockdown was when I no longer had access to pianos at my university and they shut down all the facilities there. Since then, I have been renting this piano and electric piano, and it's been helpful. Now I get to do a little bit of practice as well as some online lessons. I've also done a bit of a conversion of my room into my own music studio, if you will. This is where I do some of my work, some of my composing, and my singer-songwriter stuff. Logic Pro, this program, is where I work on the music as well as edit my podcasts. So as you can see, I sort of rigged up a little home studio conversion, just like most other musicians during this time. That song, by the way, is going to be released soon. I sent it off to my friend for mixing and mastering. But yeah, we've all had to make some changes in the way that we work because I have no concerts lined up anymore. And nobody really knows when this is all going to be over. So I've tried to shift my focus into a more musically creative mode. Essentially, I have everything I need. I've got my computer, my interface, my MIDI keyboard. This monitor I actually got for free. I picked it up on the street. It's got some nice decorative mushrooms on the top of it. This keyboard I can plug into my laptop and also use as MIDI inputs, or I can just record direct audio from it. This microphone I use for recording vocals as well as the podcasting. I also have a couple small diaphragm condenser mics, and of course I've got my acoustic and my electric guitar that I use. And that's basically the tour of my bedroom home studio. It's enough for me to get some work done. I really do miss having an actual piano though, which brings me to my next point about the vlogs. As many of you know, many of you follow my channel because of the vlogs I put out on Rachmaninoff Third Concerto, and I started one on the Fire Sermon Sonata. And I was planning on continuing those, and I had all these plans to work on more classical piano pieces and vlog my process of learning through them. Now, I did try to do a little bit of filming on this keyboard. I did get quickly discouraged, though, because as many of you know who play piano, it's not the same playing on an electric piano and a grand piano. You just miss the real resonance and the real tone that the piano produces. So I feel like, no, even though there are dynamics, no matter how hard I play, there's no variance in tone color. This became a particular problem in the Fire Sermon Sonata, especially at the end of places like the end of the first movement, where you have these sort of extended techniques. You're supposed to hold the sostenuto pedal, and it's supposed to create this kind of echo effect. And you really quickly lift off the right pedal, and in doing so, you lose the resonance from the upper strings themselves, but the resonance is carried into the lower strings, which is held by the sostenuto pedal. Really hard for me to explain without demonstration, but unfortunately without real strings, the effect doesn't really happen. For Rachmaninoff specifically, I was scheduled to play a couple other concerts, which were of course cancelled, and being such a big piece, I decided to give it a break. Learning and preparing for classical music concerts, I always see as somewhat of a sporting event, especially when there's memorization involved. It requires so much focus and energy, and then it's good to give it a rest, because when you bring it back, usually you've learned something, you've grown as a musician, and oftentimes it's better the second time around. So when this is over, I will definitely finish the third movement vlog. Something I've stressed over and over in my podcasts is the need for musicians these days to have skills in a variety of areas. It's turned out to be very beneficial for me recently. One of the ways that I've been making a little extra income is by helping a friend's company to edit their podcasts. And so having the skills of editing or even creating music like this, or playing other styles other than classical, or even playing guitar, has proven to be beneficial, because you might not always have a piano, you might have to learn other styles. So I'm trying to stay positive, learn to collaborate across distances by sending files to people. Thank God that this has happened when we have technology and when we're actually able to communicate. If this lockdown had occurred 15 or 20 years ago, it would have been a much more difficult time than it is now. So I'm glad that these resources are at our disposal, and hopefully a lot of people and musicians are learning new technologies right now so that they can continue to get work during this time. So basically what this means is that I'm, I guess you could say, taking a little bit of a break from some of my classical music and hoping that I'll have access to a piano soon so I can actually finish those vlogs. The other thing also is that without any concerts coming up, without any performances whatsoever, it's really hard to practice towards something and learn this difficult piece if I don't know, if I can't record it and I can't perform it. So I'm sort of shifting my attention to other areas. As you can see here, I have the jazz reel book, so I've kind of been brushing up on some of my jazz stuff. I've also been creating some piano arrangements. Some of you have seen that on my channel. I covered the theme song from some anime. I'm going to cover some hymns, do some gospel style stuff, do some jazz style stuff, cover some rock songs. Now I'm still going to be learning and practicing some classical pieces. There are a couple in particular that I had in mind that I want to start learning, especially when this is over and I'm able to perform again. I'll have something ready to go, but I don't think I want to record them on an electric keyboard. I don't think it does these pieces justice. So hopefully this will be sooner than later. I'll be able to have a place I can record, and in the meantime I'll be working on some other material. So I just wanted to explain kind of the direction that this channel is going for the time being. I'll be releasing several of those original songs. I'll be releasing more of the Between Movements podcast, as well as, piano covers and other things that I can find. If I have other video ideas, I'll be posting those as well. And I'd like to hear from you guys what you'd like to see. I can do some instructional videos. One of the things I haven't posted about is improvisation. I actually completed my dissertation on classical music improvisation. It's something that I like to do, so I could possibly do some live streams, improvising something, showing how I work on the computer, on Logic Pro there. But I want to hear from you guys. If you have any ideas or any suggestions that you'd like to see, let me know, and maybe I'll be able to put out some of that content as well. So thanks for listening. Stay tuned for more stuff that's going to come out. I do give online lessons, so if any of you are interested in learning piano, you can email me at josh@vagrantpiano.com. But for the time being, stay safe, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hope and pray this will be over soon, and I'll catch you guys next time.